we go. Okay, right here at the beginning. So every step of the way, it's important to remember that JK is with you to help you grow your customer journey and to help you grow your customer success. That means we're not just here to sell you equipment and go on about our way. That gives us the opportunity to continue our partnership and continue a growth strategy with you throughout the lifetime of your equipment and throughout the lifetime of your business. That also means something different for our industry now, because it means that we're moving into a space of diversification that we've never experienced before as an industry. If you're part of the next wave of tanning, or you're part of the next generation that's coming forward, this new energy and this new excitement that you're seeing here today, you know that diversified services and you know that expanding your menu of services is incredibly important. The question is no longer, do I diversify? It's with what and how do I do it, right? We're not even having the argument anymore as if should you bring in something for relaxation? Should you bring in something for skincare, something for spa services? The answer is obviously yes, and we're here to help you answer those questions with high-end services that are the quality and service level that you've come to expect from Ergoline. I want to talk with you a little bit more about Wellness JK, which was a brand that we developed over the last couple of years. You know, I mentioned earlier when other bits of the industry might have gone to sleep, we went to work during COVID. And one of the things that we learned during COVID was that people's mental health, physical health, and just attitude and well-being in general, we know have been greatly, greatly affected during COVID, right? People are coming to you because they want to feel better. We also get the opportunity to help them look better and feel better about the way they look, all combined in one space. But this area of not only mental health, but spa services has exploded. And we are one of the only places where people might get the opportunity in the middle of their workday to come in and put their phones down for a little while, take a 15-minute break, take a 20-minute break, even 10 minutes, to be able to have a moment, whether that's a busy mom with 3 kids or it's someone working from home and they need to get out and interact with someone during the day. We just had this conversation at lunch that I work from home when I'm not traveling on the road. I intentionally go to an exercise class just so that I can interact with people. I don't want to work from home or work out at home at all. People are coming to you for the same reason. Maybe that's the only opportunity that they have throughout the day to take a break. And we want to make that break, we want to make that time revenue generating time for you. And so one of the other product launches that's happening today, and I know I've already seen a crowd, and there is consistently always a crowd around Well System when we show it because it's a great opportunity to try it out. But the new Well System from JK really gives you the opportunity to bring an additional service into your service offerings that is the same high level and value expectation that people have come to know from Ergoline equipment. That also means that whether you are expanding your top-end portfolio of services, and by that I mean expanding the opportunity to either be able to grab a few more dollars out of your EFT or be able to be interesting and marketed to customers that may or may not be coming to you for a tan. In the past, if someone wasn't interested in tanning, whether that be in spray tanning or UV tanning, we had no options. Right? We have no options to be able to build a value base and build a membership base that might try tanning at some point, but that's not the primary reason they're coming to you. That idea and that mindset in our industry is changing. It means that we have to become smarter about how we're putting together a progression of services and services that work well in parallel to either complement or be synergistic with one another. We did a ton of research over the last couple of years, and let me tell you, we have investigated a lot of different types of equipment as well as types of modalities that make sense alongside your core business. And it's also interesting that we have our Executive Director of Sales, Charles Larbors, here, and he will tell you more about his background. But he comes from one of the larger spa industry companies in the U.S. and knows this type of equipment incredibly well. And he gives you an incredible perspective into a whole segment of customers and a whole segment of services that we are just now beginning to dip our toes into, just beginning to kind of take those first steps into services that have been offered for a long time. But what we know post-COVID is that people want a contactless environment, and we know as operators, it's even more important to be able to give your customer a high-end experience that doesn't necessarily rely on a technician, a masseuse, a front desk person, and what kind of day they're having. I don't want to rag on employees too much, but I also know that it is our problem to solve as leadership, and it's our obstacle to overcome, to find ways to either optimize experiences or remove the reliance on frontline personnel, because we know that that turnover is in a different place than it's ever been, and it becomes more and more difficult to offer high value and high quality services consistently. And it all comes down to having value consistently with your services. Well System gives you that opportunity because it gives you the opportunity to run an additional service or additional modality in parallel with tanning, in parallel with spray, with Beauty Light, with other services that you're offering in your business. I really encourage you while you are here to take a moment and see just exactly how immersive this experience really is. But the mental and physical benefits really just grow synergistically on top of your core business. It gives you the opportunity to address this massive customer segment that is now looking for options that are accessible and efficient to take a mental health break, to take a moment, to put the phone down, to have some actual relaxation. That's one of the things that really sets Well System apart, is that it's a fully immersive experience. We address not only sight, sound, but smell, and also skincare. And those are all S words on purpose so that we can all remember them later on. But when we're talking about sight under the spa hood, we have now brought true red light into the spa hood, as well as chromotherapy and light therapy that is not just distracting for the eyes, but it's the right light wave to either be able to energize, relax, or recharge, depending on what your choices are. You can choose from red, blue, or green, or a true red light spa hood service for skincare as well. So we're also addressing smell through aromatherapy. You can choose aromatherapy options and turn that on and off during a session. Sound with meditation and spa soundtracks. And then obviously we've talked a good bit already about skincare options and bringing in higher level skincare into your salons instead of just selling tanning lotion to tanners, right? It opens up not only a customer segment that we might have never had access to before, but a massive section of the consumer's wallet that we absolutely need access to as a business. We know that skincare spending and spending on anti-aging products is higher than almost any other consumer segment in the world, and we need to be able to capture that spending and bring that into our businesses as well through better service offerings. You have fully customizable sessions. So it doesn't really matter if you're 6'5" or you're 5'4". You can adjust these massage settings during a hydro massage session to be able to match your height as well as intensity and massage pattern. So you can do all of this on an individual basis. You can also make certain pre-settings so that, for example, you need someone to be able to passively walk into a room without personnel. They can do that and still have a fantastic experience with either NFC Connect or pre-settings that you set in your business. The physical benefits are really pretty straightforward, but I encourage you to have a moment, if you can, get in line back here and experience the high-level massage that's really taking place with the Well System. Unlike other products in this space that might be incredibly loud, I think it's interesting to realize that it's running right now. You can still hear me talking over it. There's no music covering up the sound. It does not sound like a jet engine taking off. You can run it in parallel with other services without it being a complete distraction. And you actually can put your phone down and fall asleep. It's a guaranteed nap, I can promise you that. We have improved the surface of the massage table so that you actually have truly contoured neck and shoulder massage in a contactless environment. I would challenge you to say that it's probably the very best massage experience that you can get without paying a technician to do it. The contouring really allows you to have some stress relief. Maybe you've been working from home all day, maybe you've been sitting in the chair all day, and it really gives you the option to focus on that area that causes all of us stress and headaches and where stress builds up over time. Temporary relief of aches and pains, but also it's an incredible way to bring blood flow to the surface of the skin and rejuvenate the total body. We talk a lot in the tanning industry about a couple of things: oxygen and blood flow. Those are two of the basic elements that you need from a biological perspective to create a tan. But those same biological things that create a tan also create improvements and benefits in just your physical body over time, right? That's why the Beauty Angel makes sense. That's why the Well System makes sense. It's because it pushes blood and it pushes blood flow out into the areas and tiny capillaries that wouldn't normally get it. That's why massage works to begin with, because we know that we get constricted. When you get a headache, most of the time it's because blood vessels are constricted in the back of your neck, and they need to either be worked or they need to open back up so that you can have blood flow again. So the physical benefits are numerous, but it gives you a real opportunity to have a high-end and high-value massage experience, again, without the technician having to go into the room with you. The mental health benefits are really very interesting. And you know, this is something that Charles will talk a little bit about. I don't want to steal any of his thunder. But before COVID, we were really not having in-depth conversations about not only mental health services, but modalities that support your mental health in a salon, spa environment. Everything in a spa environment was about relaxation, relaxation, relaxation. Now we've realized that if people don't get this headroom, this space to relax, it has long-term negative mental health effects, right? We have all experienced some of those long-term mental health effects from COVID and from the stress and anxiety that came with that, or you know someone that has. Being able to take a few minutes for stress relief, anxiety relief, and have a few minutes where you are having all of your senses immersed at one time is essential to be able to actually relax. We know that sometimes even in our tanning equipment, people go in with their cell phones, right? Don't ever tell me if you do this, because you're probably not wearing eyewear properly if you are texting someone while you're tanning. But we know that regardless, the music is super loud. You're on a phone, maybe texting someone while peeking around your goggles. Sometimes it's not as relaxing as it really should be. But when people come in and they really have the opportunity to take 15 minutes and they have their sight and visualization happening, you have sound, you have smell, you have massage happening at one time, the purpose is full immersion into that experience, right? Put the phone down. It will be fine for 15 minutes. It will be fine for a little while people come to see you. But what we also know is it takes a lot to distract people. It takes a lot for people to be willing to put that down and walk away. I did it for 15 minutes while I was presenting earlier, and I panicked when I got off stage because I thought, where is my phone? Right? Giving people that moment to forget where their phone is a big deal. And it might sound really simplistic, but if you can help accomplish that for your clients coming in, you've got wallet space for life. Not only does it enhance sleep quality, but it works synergistically with Well System and other services that we have. So when we're talking about how you build out a menu of services, how you diversify into a high quality space, you really want services that stack up to the expectation of an Ergoline tanning session, and also from an operational perspective, stack up to your ROI over time, right? And we know that we have all looked for what's the right services, what's the right type of application, what's the right modality. Does it need an introduction? Does it not? Is it red light for the face? Is it red light for the body? There's so many options out there. And we took the time to really go to work and find the things that we feel like will be long-term value adds and not just a temporary trend. The Beauty Angel has been out for a while, but there's a couple of things that the Beauty Angel does that is unique to either bringing in a wider segment of your customer base or being able to improve your EFT levels to have a higher level of membership available. So when I talk about casting a wider net, I know that's a tagline that is sometimes overused, but what I mean is being able to have a menu of services that is interesting and valuable enough to non-tanners that they will continue to pay you, right? There's no mystery around it. It's if someone chooses to either stop tanning for the season, or they're in a special event tanner, or they only spray, how can you bring services to the table that will have them continuing to not only pay their monthly membership, but coming in to see you on a regular basis? This is a challenge that I'm not sure has always been well addressed in our industry, and I feel like the last few years have really leapfrogged this conversation forward, where, like I said, it's not a conversation about if you bring in other services, it's what is it and are they high value? The Beauty Angel works perfectly because it fits directly into your existing foundation of tanning and allows you to begin to create a customer segment that lives completely outside the world of tanning as well. So you can either use a Beauty Angel before you tan. We call that a cocktail session. You've probably heard that term before. So with a cocktail session, you're essentially able to go into the Beauty Angel and it's like putting a primer on before you paint. It's bringing blood to the surface of the skin. It's opening up the pores. It's helping you receive UV more efficiently, but also in a value-added way. If you don't tan at all, you can certainly go in for, let's say, a circuit of Well System Beauty Angel and a spray tan, or Well System Beauty Angel and some other type of spa service, where when people are making decisions about how they spend their money and making decisions about wallet share, you stay top of the list because your services are so efficient and so high value that they'll make decisions to maybe get rid of an independent massage subscription, or maybe skip doing their nails a couple of times so that they can continue coming in for you for such a wide value of menu and services. So this is a 12-minute session. It's combined with the VibraShape floor, so the physical benefits as well as the skincare benefits are combined and work better together, and gives you even more opportunity to take up space in the add-on product and add-on cosmetic skincare range. So instead of selling someone one product to come into tan, a bronzer and maybe a facial bronzer, you're able to sell a menu of services and a menu of products to accompany and enhance those, whether they're light activated or skincare. It's a totally UV-free environment, and I think that's important. It's important that we have a product and a service available for people who choose not to tan or who only tan at certain times of the year, which we are well aware of. There is a wide customer segment out there, whether it's skin tones that already have a tan or it's customer segments that are just not interested in it. The Beauty Angel is available for all of those people. So instead of segmenting a small population that will come into you for a UV tan, you bring your service level up to be able to offer more. It increases blood flow and circulation. It helps reduce inflammation. This is a great piece of equipment to use pre or post-workout. So if you're going in pre-workout, it's like a warm-up. And if you're going in after a workout, it really helps with muscle tension and soreness to, again, push some of that old blood flow out of joints that have gotten inflamed or uncomfortable, maybe from a long run or a hard workout. There's 4 levels of intensity. And you can make changes for that throughout the session. You also can turn off the VibraShape plate completely if that's not interesting for you. So you have a lot of options while you're in there. Bluetooth and improved ventilation are a part of it as well. And we also have the Beauty Angel, you've probably already noticed, on the floor that you can try out while you're here. And both of these services that I'm talking about right now are available for live product demos that we'll be doing tomorrow morning as well. So as mentioned, it's a great addition to your business, but it's also a great addition to the mindset and the next generation of where this company and where this industry is going, for you to be able to include not only more efficient services, but higher value services as well. Gone are the days where you might have 30 rooms of services to fill, right? Not only is real estate too expensive, but running that operationally, we know that the value in your service and the value in your business doesn't live anymore in your level 1 and level 2. Where it lives now is to be able to bring high-level services into 5, 6, and 7 from a tanning perspective, and have an entire circuit of spa, wellness, and relaxation that's available in addition to that, which makes you more efficient with your square footage and also more efficient with your investments. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Charles Larabors to come up and give you a little bit more information. Oh, I skipped a few slides in the end. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to go ahead and bring up Charles Larabors. Sorry about that. Skipped a few slides at the end to tell you a little bit more about perspectives on diversification and tell you how you can make sense from a business perspective with this type of investment.
Thank you, Brian. Hello, everyone. Oh, the slides and everything. It's been a while since I presented, and I took some notes here as a safety net, so thank you. All right, so thank you for giving me an opportunity to present my perspective on diversification. And where this perspective is coming from is my past experience, so let me tell you a little more about it. Before joining JK, it was a fairly recent move for me. I was working with a company called Universal Companies, which is the largest distributor for spa and wellness industry. I spent over 4 years there and had the opportunity to work with very interesting people, all the industry specialists, some people that were the first one to bring some technologies and wellness to the US from Europe, for example. I had the privilege to lead their sales team, but also to be part of product development for all the equipment and the new experience. So because of that position, I had the opportunity to talk to a lot of industry experts, but also being ahead of what's coming in the future and what was the thought process of manufacturers and the most advanced spa, hotel resort spa, and how they can think about how they will serve the customers in the future, what are they looking for, and how they are going to themselves evolve and diversify. So this is what I'm bringing to you, an expertise from the spa and wellness industry and how we could maybe diversify our offer into this segment. All right, so the first slide I wanted to share with you is I had the opportunity in December this year to attend the Global Wellness Summit, sponsored by the Global Wellness Institute. This is a group of people, again, industry expert doctors from all over the world that dedicated their life to wellness and understanding the industry of wellness, how it's working, how it's evolving, and also, and very importantly, how to predict the future. How do we serve the wellness customer, and what people are looking for into when we talk about wellness. The first slide that I'm sharing is what they are very proud to call the bubble graph. And so what they do is they display different bubbles, different size, based on the size of the sector of the industry. And as their studies is moving forward, they add and remove bubbles, and the size is changing, which is telling us over the years how the wellness industry is evolving and how do we follow those steps to with us evolve with what the customers are expecting when we talk about wellness. What I can see here and what strikes me fairly new to the industry is we're already in the wellness industry. We already through personal care and beauty, obviously. Either people recognize it or not, this is what customers that come to see you in a tanning salon are going to look for, wellness through this segment. What I see here as well is a lot of opportunity for diversifications because all those needs are interconnected with the similar needs from the customer, which is how do I feel better? How do I gently, through wellness, improve my quality of life? And so here's a little more in-depth numbers about what this organization came up as the industry evolution. Of course, like everybody the past few years have been quite different, that the growth they've been experiencing for so many years. We can see it was a consistent growth in this economy for many years, and of course it took a break. But on the right, you can also see where they expect it to be. And I will tell you that this organization has been very accurate to one decimal point or two of what the growth of the industry was in general. So those numbers, we can obviously see they are above the average GDP. That means it's a pretty safe bet to direct ourselves towards this industry and to diversify through it, a smart investment. I also want to bring up a very interesting fact that is related to what Bryn was presenting. There is a line called mental wellness. Mental wellness doesn't have growth calculated in 2017 because it was not a topic, it was not a sector of this industry identified by this group of specialists as its own, defined as a specific need from the population to get provided wellness. But we can see in 2019, as the population interest grow into this specific topic, they started calculating it, and we can see on the chart of what's expected to grow the most, they are at the top. Of course, the first top are showing like out of the charts numbers because they are in the industry the most impacted by the COVID because people could not simply visit those places. So this is also telling us that a different path of diversification through wellness are promising sectors, so good investment. Another fact that I wanted to share from the last fact that I wanted to share from this event was one of the first conference that was presented to us by a very experienced specialist. He said, 60 is the new 40. And this is not really something we can disagree with because we all know our life expectancy has increased. But what he was pointing by that, he was pointing that we live longer, but do we live better? Do we live healthier? And this is awareness, customer awareness, population awareness that he was pointing at it. He was clearly explaining that medicine had made some great improvement for our quantity of life, but what about quality of life? And quality of life is not about to go to see a doctor when something is wrong. Quality of life is an everyday work, and this work is through wellness. Wellness is kind of preventive maintenance for the human body. Is what do you do every day to build your immune system, to prevent any disease that you may have, to live longer and healthier. And this is where it's very interesting, I think, for our industry. We already see customers on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. We already have this connection with the customer in the tanning industry. We, by diversification through wellness, will have the same relationship with our customers, but providing them other services and other wellness services that they seek because they know they need to anticipate that they need to take care of their body preventively. So that was from a group of experts, so not me, but I thought it was very interesting. Now, I wanted also to share my personal analysis of my years in the spa and wellness industry. Through my position at Universal Companies, working with the actual spa was essential, but really trying to think what to offer next. We're distributors at Universal Companies. We did not manufacture anything, but we had over 300 brands, 15,000 products. We're selling from the Q-tip to the custom lounger or custom like hot and cold experience manufactured in Italy. Amazing technologies. So really how to offer a solution to customers that are looking for differentiation, diversification, evolution, because we all know, and this is a pretty obvious statement, that we're not, if we're not moving forward, we will not go anywhere. So through this experience at Universal Companies, I've been able to witness a lot of need for adaptation. And pandemic, it's right here. It's terrible. It's still scarring for a lot of us. And for me specifically, being in the spa industry when everybody had to shut down, like you had to probably, really strike more than anything else the need to adapt. And how do we preventively adapt? The first thing was how do we keep the door open? Sanitation, staff, whatever we needed to do. But after really came into when the spa started opening, how do we serve the customer? And some answer was autonomous treatment, autonomous equipment. And this is where we realize, and because of our connection with the manufacturer, that some companies were ahead of time. Some companies already developed, thought about technology, not necessarily saw it coming. We can see that coming, but knew that at some point we will have staffing issues. We will need to have more easier way to serve the customer. It went through some technologies that we can make accessible in the office space, but again, we saw here a gap between the people that were prepared for their diversification versus people that were not. And we saw a gold rush into technologies. People were trying to push technologies forward, push project forward, programming, wellness, et cetera, et cetera. And so the necessity to anticipate diversification and evolution is a key player when something like that is happening to us. Another thing that I wanted to bring to, because that was a big part of our necessity to support our customers to adapt and evolve, was the communication. I mean, it strikes all of you that we're communicating differently, and people are looking for information differently. We brought in our partner, Clear to Launch marketing partner, that can testify probably better than anyone else. The difference between a successful business is how to make themselves visible. And when you talk about making yourself visible, and diversification, it's how do you make yourself visible that you are an innovative partner or you offer innovative services. Everybody's talking about red light right now. This is something that came up in the past few years. You need to be ready to communicate and let your customer know that you're offering those services if you want to drive more traffic. And the last point, the population. So obviously a part of anticipation for evolution and diversification was to look at what is the future trends, like what the next generation that are going to be our customers, or what our existing customers are looking for us in the next step. And my personal opinion on it is I identify that younger generations are looking for a more natural and sustainable technologies where the group 35 and older that is getting more purchasing power as we go, and we understand the benefit for themselves into investing in wellness services and treatments. They want more elevated experience. They want more quality, more comfort. They are willing to pay more because they understand the need for it, but they want something for their money back. And this is how we design some of the offer that I think we need to diversify with. So this is really, and I won't go in deep too much into the description of those equipment. Brain made a presentation. Those equipments are here to experience. I would tell you, when I joined JK, after searching and seeking for the spine wellness industry, new technology, new equipment, I tried a lot of things. I mean, I've been to several trade shows. I got into dry flotation bed, into flotation bed, like bed with like air purification, chromotherapy. I worked with scientists in the product development role of people all over the globe that was thinking about what the future is for autonomous services, wellness services. How do we enhance the body through wellness? And finding a well system or Beauty Angel at JK, I was surprised. I was surprised because I never heard and never experienced something similar to that, even if that entire industry was spending so much energy into looking for those experiences. When I first got into the well system, again, that system allowed me more than any other technologies to disconnect. Bryn talked about leaving the cell phone aside, and I can talk about this in details for hours, but really what it is about is how do we help our brain to disconnect? It's not only about putting the cell phone aside, to my experience, is letting our brain disconnect from this cell phone. And through a fully immersive system like the Well system can do, this is allowing that. And when you fall asleep into the Well system, this is just your body telling you that they're finally getting the rest that they're looking for. And so that's a sign that it's working. And that's why I won't extend description or like reason why it's a good product, because I think this is something you need to experience. And put yourself in your customer's shoes that in the middle of the day needs a break, or at the end of the day needs a break, or cannot stop the email by coming back. All those things that are even more realistic for the population because we went through COVID and we're working from home, and all those things that are new for us right now. The necessity to do that and have those breaks are essential. The Beauty Angel is another one. Beauty Angel really struck me to see that this technology was here, available and accessible, because in the spa industry, we looked at red light, but we looked at red lights through the skincare, the very evolved skincare with very expensive piece of equipment, licensed professionals, licensed to operate treatments, product, and services that are a lot more expensive. What the Beauty Angel does, it's a gentler approach, but it's accessible to more people at a more affordable price. And for you, that's a value proposition. For you that already have customers coming for wellness and coming for beauty, that's an offer that's easy to adjust, and that has so much added value for customers at a much affordable price. So those are amazing products. They check all the boxes of what we're looking for in the spa and wellness industry. Autonomous, obviously, elevated guest experience and quality. Gosh, we see a lot of things on the market. A lot of things are attempting to provide an experience, but they are not making it. I mean, you get into the product and you do not simply feel it. Those products meet those requirements. Technology-proven benefits. Chromotherapy, massage, red light, all those technologies are very proven. They have different level of effect and efficiency, but they are proven technology, and that's what the younger and older generations are looking for. But again, the most interesting piece of that to me is it's highly unknown in the wellness industry that those products are available. So we're talking earlier about how do we build bridges between the beauty industry that you are in to the wellness, mental wellness industry, personal care. You have a way to build a bridge with the industry, not only offering additional services to your guests, having a higher membership, but also bringing new people in, people that do not and will never tan, but are looking for a path to personal enhancements. And this approach of your body needs to be taken care of on a daily basis and receive those benefits. And so to conclude, and again, I want to say it again, that this is my perspective on diversification, because this is where I'm coming from. This is what I've been searching for the past 3 years and through different time, including the stressful time as COVID. I believe wellness is a natural and sustainable path of diversification from our industry. We are able to offer complementary solutions, but also we have the ability to offer a customer to, as I said, pave the path to health and wellness. This is what they're looking for. They're looking for gentle approach, daily approach that will help them to live longer and healthier. We are already in contact with them, and we have the ability to offer them different services that work with each other, a complementary experience, complementary benefit that overall help them to be healthier. And with all that becoming essential. Like Brain said a few things that really strike me when I joined the company, and she said, how do we become this last service that we are cutting off if you have to cut our expenses? And if we have the ability to offer our customers the feeling that we're taking care of them and we're taking care of their body and providing services and wellness that if they don't, they will not be as healthy, they might have to go to see the doctor, they will have a weaker immune system, then we become essential, because the membership that they are paying is a very little cost compared to what they will have to deal with the consequences of not being healthy. And to finalize JK. JK is committed to it. We already determined that the Well System Beauty Angel came way before their time, because right now people want it, they're looking for it, and it's been here for several years. But we'll keep innovating. We're doing it with a tanning bed, and we will do it with the wellness equipment. The tanning bed, finding ways to make the UV experience less aggressive and more to a better result is the commitment of JK. It doesn't matter the feeling of being warm, all those things that we have sometimes to go through customer education to explain this is not what it is. We're committed to innovation and never stopping innovating, to giving you the tools for diversification and evolution. Thank you all, and I will introduce Melissa here that we will talk to you about Sunlink. Thank you. moving forward. And thank you. I'm going to take my note.
Thank you so much, Charles, and thank you everybody for being here today. It's been quite amazing to see many of our existing customers and just to chat with you and see you in person. It has been quite some time, and I've had a unique opportunity this morning to speak with many of you that are not using software or using a different program, and it's very exciting to me to be able to discuss how we can help you in your salon operations overall. Like any business asset, the right tools are not an expense, they're an investment in your future. And I just want to share with you today a few ways that the Sunlink software aids in that. Ease of use was the most important thing when we were initially designing this software many years ago that we knew was key. The software is very robust, but it is intuitive as well. The initial setup, I know that sometimes that can be a little bit daunting, especially if you're converting from another program, but we are there for you and guide you through that process and support you. We don't just send you a download link and expect you to learn it on your own. Rather, we look at your business model, we analyze it, and we set up the software so that you can get the most out of it, so that you're using all that features and functionality that is available to you. Then when it comes to point of sale, we knew that it needed to be easy to use and navigate during certain times of year in our heightened season. Perhaps we hire temporary employees. It needs to be easy to use and efficient in processing your customers through the salon in a quick manner. Security and stability is another huge part of our software solution. You need to have confidence that the system you're operating is secure, that it's stable. And our product has been in ongoing development for 20 plus years. It is a proven product that's used not only here in the US, but in Canada, the UK, New Zealand, and the Netherlands as well. It is a reliable and scalable database that we used. We use a MySQL database, and the reason that we did that was for the stability and the scalability. So it scales very easily from one location up through a large multi-salon location operation. And also in terms of security, when it comes to employee security, that is vitally important, and the Sunlink software allows you to limit access to sensitive areas while empowering your employees to do their jobs effectively. There's also things like audit logs. So if you do allow a particular employee to process a certain type of transaction or an override, you can monitor and have a good pulse on that to determine when those are happening and why they might be. And then next, database hosting. So with the Sunlink software, we feel very strongly that you should have full access and ownership to your database. You are welcome and have the option to host it locally so that you have your database they're readily available for you. Alternatively, if you don't feel comfortable with that, we do have database hosting services that we offer. The peace of mind that that gives you, knowing that your database is being housed securely, regular backups are being done and maintained and rotated off-site, as well as any important security updates. You can rest easy knowing that those are going to be done. Along with that database structure that we use is the remote access capability and network ability. So what I mean by that is your customers are not going to be salon specific if you have multiple locations, they are business specific. So you can pull up a customer regardless of the location that they might be at, and you can load their complete profile, they can use their services. It's even intuitive enough so that if somebody tans in one location in the morning, they are, of course, not able to tan in the other location in the afternoon. Another important part of that is the remote access capability. So I know I spoke with a number of you yesterday. Perhaps there was a situation, one woman mentioned a situation where the employee that was working the salon while she was here at this great event had tanned somebody under the wrong customer's profile. She was able to go back to her hotel room and go ahead and correct that remotely. So that ability to manage your business from afar is vital. Also, along the lines of networkability, sometimes the number one question can be, well, that's wonderful that you're networkable. However, what happens if I lose internet connection and can't connect to my server? Well, we have our offline utility that accommodates that. So with our offline utility, you can rest easy knowing that you don't have to give out the password to the TMAX. Your customers your data will be downloaded locally on a regular basis, so you don't have to go on the honor system. You know what customers you have, what packages and memberships you have on their account. You can still process those transactions, and you will be alerted once the connection is restored. When the connection is restored, the system will ask you or prompt you to go back into Sunlink, and when you do that, all of those transactions will automatically be uploaded so that you don't have to do it manually. Equipment and customer maintenance. Sunlink is unique in that it offers essentially a ticketing system. And these tickets can be created for equipment type items. Perhaps a unit needs to be relamped. Or a facility item, such as there's a leaky faucet in the bathroom that needs to be repaired. Or perhaps your receipt printer is low on ink and it needs to be replaced. The wonderful thing about that is you can create a ticket, have it automatically assigned to the individual that is responsible for resolving such an item, and it will automatically assign that to them so they can track their progress, keep notes, and mark it resolved once it's complete. Additionally, we have customer service issues. So if a customer comes in, perhaps there's not a manager on staff at the time, they do have a concern or an issue, a ticket can easily be created by the staff member. Again, it automatically gets assigned, including priority for the person responsible for that. And then we have regulations. The regulations within Sunlink can be set up store specific. So if you do have multiple locations, sometimes the regulations from one area to the next can differ. So we allow the unique opportunity to be able to set those per location. You can control all of the tanning sessions through the software. Again, no need to manually input those via the TMAX. You can readily display or readily see in a very visible format what the status of that equipment is, what is in need of cleaning, what is dirty. And also it tracks things such as, of course, minimum age to tan. You can process new client forms or release waivers in the software. This is all done electronically, minimizing on paper and ink. So an employee can have a new client sign their release waiver. They can sign it electronically. It saves it right to their profile. It can be pulled up at any time, and it is accessible at any time, and it can even be emailed to them. Another important part that I mentioned a little bit about earlier was the time restrictions. So if in your area it's a strict 24-hour rule, you can configure that parameter in our back office, and the system will regulate that all for you automatically. When it comes to marketing, we have two integrations for email marketing and text message marketing capabilities, and you can really reach out to those clients and pinpoint the ones that you want to reach. So for example, perhaps you want to send an email out to all customers that haven't been in the last 6 months and send them a promotion enticing them to come back in. Or when it comes to text message marketing, perhaps you've added a new unit, and in a customer's first session, you want to send them a text message to follow their session. You have all of that available with these two integrations that we've done within Sunlink. Credit card processing, of course, is a vital part of what we do in our businesses for both point-of-sale transactions as well as that monthly reoccurring EFT membership. And again, going back to security and stability, we have two long-time integrations with two different gateways, which ensure that your credit card information is secure, it's tokenized, it's encrypted, and they host it for you or house that information for you. That really decreases your scope when it comes to PCI compliance. Again, just a really important part of what we do. And we give you options. We don't lock you into one method of processing. We do have 2 partners, again, that we've had long-time relationships with that we've continued to develop as the payment industry is evolving. Lastly, just talk a little bit about data analysis. So you have your database, your customer base is the lifeblood of your business, and being able to analyze that data without having to spend a whole lot of time shaping it into a usable format is imperative. And Sunlink really allows you to do that. We've got over 100+ reports. If you are looking for a set of data that is not included in those 100+ reports, we do have what's called our data retrieval feature, so you can drill right down into the database and get that information you might be looking for. And then we also have what we call our management reports. That is a really good summarized overview of your data from a management perspective. And it really allows you to make good business decisions when it comes to analyzing your data. We have a TANs by bed type report or an average revenue per unit. If you're looking to add another unit, that will really give you an informed decision on what type of unit to add. Another example would be our EFT retention report. So perhaps your EFT membership that includes both hybrid as well as UV units is being retained longer than your other memberships. That is something important to consider. And perhaps you add another membership along those lines. So again, the analysis of your data kind of brings things full circle when you're using a full salon management system. For those of you who aren't using the software or have any questions on if you are using it, I would love to have you stop by the booth so that we can chat some more about it and see how we can increase your efficiency in your salon operations. Thank you. Up next, I believe we have Jill.
Just the green. I understand. Okay. See if we can manage that. Great. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jill Frank, and I am heading up the products sales division at JK. For those of you who do know me, it is good to be back. I've been in this industry for 10 years, took a little bit of a hiatus, and had the pleasure of working with so many of you, and I'm just so thrilled to be back working among the leading industry partners and taking a new path. I want to talk a little bit about when I left the industry. We were in the throes of early stages of the pandemic, and everybody was navigating their way, and lots of uncertainty and lots of stress. And I want to just say, I am so thrilled as I'm coming back and reconnecting with all of you I'm impressed with the strength, the vigor, I mean, dare I say, the vitality that you've all come back with and renewed this sort of life into our industry again. It's just thrilling to see, and again, I'm so happy to be back. In my role at JK, many of you are familiar with JK Light and the assortment of products that we offer. We've been an industry leader in providing lamps and salon operation products and cleaning products. And we've recently brought on and partnered with Devoted Creations to include a very large selection of some of the most sought after tanning products. So this is intentional on our part to bring you value, to be a very valued partner to you, because the more we can offer you, the better we provide you with convenience, we save you time, and we become a more valuable resource for you. So we are planning on continuing down that path to find even more products that we can provide you, become an even more valuable partner. I want to talk to you about really my success in this industry is really based on I understand that what I need to do is listen to what matters to the customer. And so convenience matters, and this is why we want to offer more and more products. Experience also matters. If you're familiar with our JK team, they have over 55 years in total of experience selling lamps, products, service in the tanning industry itself. And that matters, particularly when we're dealing with lamps, whether you're a regulated state or not. You need to understand what's going to operate best in your equipment, keep your equipment running to the highest optimum performance level, and provide your customers with the best tan. The team at JK, with their experience and understanding lamp compatibility, and understanding what's going to work best for your bed, is unmatched. And so experience matters. What else matters? Quality and value. And our partners that we've intentionally partnered with provide the highest level in lamps. Our vendor sponsor here, Light Sources, providing the highest quality lamps and service, along with Devoted Creation, recognized as really the best lotion company. And also Lucas Products for your salon cleaning. So quality, to know that we're sourcing the absolute best products for you. We stand behind all of these products. That matters, as well as competitive pricing. We're able to be very competitive in this industry, and quality and value, we understand that's what matters to you. What also matters is service, knowing that we're going to be there for you, that if you need us, you can get a hold of us. We're going to be responsive. We're going to stand behind our product, and we're going to take care of you. We have dedicated JK service reps assigned to your account, assigned to your territory. They stand by the equipment. They stand by the lamps. If there's a damage, if there's an issue, we 100% replace it. No questions asked. We get it right out to you right away. And we're available, we're responsive, we're there, because these things matter to you. You need to know that when you need us, you can pick up the phone or you can email us, and you'll speak directly to your dedicated rep who understands your bed mix, understands your salon. So this matters. Support and service absolutely matters. In closing, I just want to say that the direction that we're heading is bringing more, very much like our beds, we're going to be very intentional about more products that we're going to bring on to offer you a variety of service. Hello? Speaking of diversification, just to broaden cast that wider net to bring more and more customers into your salon, but knowing that these are products that we've sourced, we spent time in really researching and understanding this is going to be a value add to your salon. So again, I'm so happy to be back here. Thank you all so much for coming. This feels wonderful to be together again. I look forward to reconnecting with so many of you that I've worked with for many years. I look forward to meeting many of you that are new to me. If you have a need for lamps, I invite you to reach out to our team. We will send you a very competitive quote and or lotions as well, and begin our relationship together again moving forward. Thank you all so very much. I hope you've enjoyed your day here. Oh, and now I'm going to bring back Charles, my partner in the sales team, to talk to you a little bit more about marketing and service and support. Charles?
Thank you, Jill.
You need that.
Hello again. So it's a great transition after Jill talking to you about the service and how do we support supplies and support your business, because it's not only about selling you a piece of equipment, the most innovative technology, and providing the best guest experience. I have been working in selling high-end equipment my entire professional life. I know what it is to purchase a piece of equipment that is going to be here and making value for your business for many, many years to come. And when it comes to that, it's not only the purchasing and delivering of the piece of equipment, it is how you're supported to make sure it's properly operating, it's properly maintained, bringing you the support from the time of order, project management, installation, et cetera, et cetera. So we want to talk to you a little bit about service and support and our commitment to support your business. Because again, it's not about selling a piece of equipment, it's making sure it's working for you, because we want to see you again when it's time for you to grow or it's time for you to replace your equipment. It starts with project management. More than ever right now, it is absolutely essential. We all experience, like either we're making home improvement or we're purchasing a tanning bed. That supply chain has been extremely challenging in the past few years. And JK really want to show up here. And I'm very happy to be here as supporting the equipment sales team to make this promise to you. We're going to do our best, considering the circumstances, to keep you informed and to support you until you receive your equipment, to manage all the steps of your project, from the lead time to the installation scheduling to the delivery, shipping, etc. Project management essential. Then after comes on-site installation. You might have your own certified technician. We might need to provide you a technician. What we owe you is the support to make sure your piece of equipment is properly installed at an affordable cost and whenever you are in the country. And that's something that we're working every day to create and improve, but that's our commitment to you. Remote technical assistance. We live in a big country. I'm originally from France, if you didn't notice. It's a smaller country. It's easier to go from point A to point B. America is vast, and it's very, sometimes challenging to serve everyone. So having the capacity to provide you remote assistance, it's something we really want to focus on, because as is not always the best solution, it's the fastest. And if we can resolve your problem this way, it's something that we cannot pass. National technician network, very much aligned with the remote technical assistance. If we cannot do it remote, we need to provide you a good network of technicians that is here to support your equipment. We know very well that if your equipment is down, revenue stops. And we made you, we work so hard to sell you a great piece of equipment that bring value to your business. We cannot afford to let you be down, because we know you rely on us and our equipment to generate your revenue. So this is also our commitment to you. Training and certification. This is also a service we're providing. Sometimes it's easier. You have your own people, you have multiple stores. It's easier for you to operate and maintain the bed by yourself. And we definitely don't want to force you to go through us if you have a more efficient way, but we want to make sure that your equipment is properly maintained, and for that, training and certification programs we put together. Parts and maintenance, the same thing. This is essential. I mean, you will get more lifetime as you have your equipment if you have a proper maintenance, and for that we need to support you not only with technicians, certification, but also parts. So when something needs to be replaced, we have the parts available for you. Again, we all know that it's challenging those days, and we hear some situation we may have, and we're working very hard to keep in the US a good and healthy stock of spare parts to be able to support you the fastest way as possible. This is an example of a checklist that's actually downloadable. I'm so surprised by that slide, but supporting you, bring your expertise to make sure you are ready to do any maintenance, any service. So using our expertise to make comprehensive forms so you're prepared and we're more efficient in our support and service. Talking about marketing resources, this is a topic that is actually very interesting to me. Coming back to my previous work experience, at Universal Companies, our marketing department was very strong. Even more as we were evaluating in the new technologies for communication and the challenges that it is to educate people. We bring new technology. I think we already expressed that we're committed to move forward in the technologies, the wellness, but also the tanning technologies. But we need to educate your staff so they can talk about it, educate your customers, and sometimes it's by ways of communications that are evolving, social media, social posts, talking about trend. And this is what our marketing team is working on, and it's going to work even more to support you in your capacities to market your new investment. Make sure your customers are aware that you have this technology that they're looking for. It could be the brand new tanning bed, it could be a wellness equipment, but we'll support you on communicating on that. customization branding, we definitely took a next step on that. Before, you could customize your equipment. Now you can order your equipment customized, and it's engraved into your bed. You create your own identity with whatever value proposition your customers is looking for and how to differentiate yourself. So this is very important to us, to give you all the keys you have to build your brand and be recognized as a place of excellence by your customers. Online marketing portal, it needs to be convenient. It needs to be at any time of the day. So we are working hard as well to improve our marketing tools to provide you easy access to any marketing information, images if you need to create social posts to promote your new bed, et cetera, et cetera. Sales and product training and on the same tone. How do you train your team on the new technologies? How do you make your customer aware of the benefits? This is also something we are working to provide you. And marketing and branding support. Any support you have on your branding, we're here for you. And thank you. Thank you all for listening to us. We're happy that we share some of what is JK today. I believe we will have Devoted Creation coming and presenting at 2:45, so shortly. So quick break, and we'll be right back. Thank you so much.